COVID-19, work from home, laziness, bad diet. This is what happens when you don't work out. This is very terrible. I'm going to put this camera down now for a second. So, can I change it to myself? Is that? I can't tell. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty bad. Very skinny right now, but I'm thinking about doing an experiment. I'm going to try to get where I need to be physically with only using calisthenics and resistance that I make myself, basically. I have some weights. I have about, the most I have is I think 40-pound dumbbells. Not a lot. But what I'm going to try to do is basically, keep the same caloric intake if I was lifting like real weights. I've never, I'm the type of body that gains weight very quickly, can lose weight very quickly. But I want to see how effective just at home workouts are. Usually it takes me about 2.5 months to 3 months to kind of make a really big change physically. And usually that involves either cutting fat and losing weight, or just gaining muscle and gaining weight. But I'm thinking, because it takes 2.5 months to 3 months for me with weights, I'm going to try to do it at home with just calisthenics. And as I said, just I'm going to self-make some resistance somehow. I got to research it more. But it's May 20th, 2020. And my guess is it's going to take me 3.5 to 4 months to do this. So my next post will be, in my guess, 3.5 to 4 months. And we'll see how good I do. All right. Hello. I want to do an update. I got to my fitness goal. It is August 29th, 2020. Yeah, it took me 3 months and change. Yeah, it was a success. Gyms are opening up again very soon. So I want to make this video before I go back to the gym because, because I just want to, because I'm going to explode when I go to the gym. My body naturally responds to a lot of weight. So I'll tell you what I did. I did a push-pull leg, a very modified version. I did my normal weightlifting routine, but just heavily modified. So I had 40-pound dumbbells, but I also found that in my closet, I forgot that I had adjustable dumbbells that went up to 35 pounds. So it got to a point where I needed to hold 2 at once in one hand. Really dangerous. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but I needed more weight. What else? No I didn't really take any supplements. I don't really believe really in supplements. All I took was whey protein, and I just ate really healthy. You just got to eat at a caloric deficit, basically, and just get your protein in, and just be consistent. It's not rocket science. I've done this before, so I kind of knew the process, but I think a lot of times when you go online, they tend to overcomplicate getting in shape, because a lot of these guys are really bodybuilders and stuff, but 99% of the world watching these videos just want to be in shape. A person like me, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I just want to be in relatively good shape and all around good shape, and that's kind of the goal for most people. So I think, I can totally answer questions as far as what I did. I'm going to be doing a bulk, and let me just tell you right now, I am about 177 right now. I'm 6 feet tall. So it takes me, so if I were to do a bulk, I would probably have to, it's going to take me months, you know, for my body to gain weight, because then I have to gain the weight, then I have to cut down. So I probably have to gain, like, to get to like 188, which is kind of my goal weight, it would be, I would have to shoot up to probably around 200, then cut down. Or I can do a micro, like, bulk and cut session, which is maybe like a 10 weeks of like a bulk, and then do a cut. So this way, like, you keep your body fat at like a decent level, you know, so this way you don't have to go through the process of you know, of like cutting all that weight eventually, which is, you know, it's just rough. And I don't want to cut any more weight now, because I think I would start to lose a little bit of mass. But I will say, for those who, I'll talk about, this video is kind of all over the place. But when I first started years ago, I'm 33 now. So I first started getting to lifting weights when I was like in my late teens or early 20s. And I was 135 pounds, and I did a dirty bulk. And I think that, there's a lot of cons in that, because you eventually have to lose all that weight. But I think the pros for that is that I gained a lot of my muscle foundation from that dirty bulk. Because I went from 135 to 200 pounds in like 2 years. And, you know, you have to lift heavy. Like, you can't not lift intensely. Like, you know, and back then I really just didn't care about how I looked or if I could run 3 or 4 miles. I wanted to lift heavy, and I did lift heavy. Probably definitely the strongest time in my life. But you know, as I got older, my fitness goals changed. But what I think from that dirty bulk, I think, like, the foundation actually benefited me later on in life, because I already kind of established a framework, you know, of a decent amount of muscle mass. So yeah, so I'm obviously not going to be doing a dirty bulk now. But it will take me a bulk, you know, at this age without any steroids. It's going to take me a long time, more than 4 months, to gain 10 pounds of lean mass. And like, realistically, in a year, the real number is probably about 6 or 7 pounds. My goal is 10 pounds of lean muscle mass. And I'm not saying, and lean muscle mass is different than total weight. So I'll gain the 25, you know, if I gain 25 pounds, I have to cut down. I'll probably only keep maybe 8 pounds of, you know, like, lean mass. So yeah, so I'll do another video in a few months. You know, I do want to maybe do a video in like 3 months to show like how much my body changes when I incorporate heavy weight. Because I feel like I should be a lot bigger. If I had weights this whole time, I'd be a lot bigger. But I'm happy with the progress that I was able to get from, you know, just doing a modified version of my workout. So, I should also say this is actually a body recomposition, because I didn't really change weight. When I started, I was roughly 180, and now I'm like 177. So I didn't really change too much weight, but obviously it's been redistributed differently. And also muscle memory kicked in from when I was younger, or even last year I got in shape. But yeah, so that's another point to take in. So yeah, so the goal is to get to around 190, around this body fat, maybe a little bit lower if I can, but it'll be very difficult, and that'll probably be a year. So yeah, thanks for watching, and you know, any questions, I will be happy to answer. Take care.